so these are just some common tools that I think any woman should have when sewing, because these come in super handy. One is a small pair of scissors, helps you out with this lovely pretty sewing machine. And then tweezers also come in handy, as well as this, which is a seam ripper or fabric ripper. This will help especially when you're sewing and wanting to make repairs or reverse something you may have done. So one of these, and then I also recommend a large pair of scissors, especially if you're making your own garments. You will be cutting fabric, so having a good pair of scissors as well. And then last but not least, I use these things all the time, especially when I'm sewing on my fringes and other different garments. These type of needles are awesome to help hold fabrics in place. You can look on Amazon or go to any usual local store, and they will usually have a sewing repair kit. So this is one I have, just an example, that comes with other things that you can use. This is like a travel repair kit. So go ahead and check out on Amazon. You can probably get one on there, or go to your local sewing store. So remember, these are just the basics, because I remember I didn't have anyone to show me how to sew. I knew nothing about sewing. I was looking on YouTube trying to find videos, and it took me a while just to figure out this basic yet easy stuff that looks so complicated. So moving on, this is what you're gonna need to do. Whatever yarn you're gonna be using, like this, you're gonna have it on, you're gonna slide it right here. You're gonna slide it on that. You usually have a little hole. Slide it on. You want the yarn to be coming out from under, like that. All right, and then you put these on. So depending what size this is, you'll put on the right size to cover it. So it just slides right on, super easy. Bam. All right, so next thing is you're gonna wanna run the string along through under this hook, and then it's gonna go through under this part too. This is like another little hook part. It's a little tricky to see, but yeah, so that's what you're gonna slide under. So you're gonna grab the yarn, you're gonna place it under this hook, place it under the hook, have it go under there, and then that's the first step. Next step is this lovely thing that looks a little challenging and a little difficult, but I'm just gonna basically show you how you have it come under that middle thing. And then it comes under and around the circle. All right. So I'm gonna show all angles just so it can be clear to you. It goes under this lovely little hook first, right here. You slide it under and then over. All right. That's the next step. Right here, bam. Under and around the circle. Next, you gotta load this up with some yarn. That way you have it ready for the bottom part of the sewing machine. So I'm gonna show you how to do that. First off, as you can see, there's like there's a hole right there. Okay, the string is gonna come out on the top of that, all right? And as you can see here, there's that little, where is it? Right there, bam, a little slot there. So this part on the left, that little rectangle, is that little slide of where you're gonna put it, okay? So, and the hole where the string's gonna come out on the top should be on the exact opposite of that. So, bam. Next, you're gonna slide this over all the way, and you'll hear it click, okay, see? Bam, right there. That's where you want that. Next thing is you do have the foot pedal, which is what you're gonna press on in order to make the yarn spin while you're holding the string, so it loads up the string in this little pretty thing. Once it's on and that is slid over to the right, you're gonna hold that up nice and high, and you're gonna press down on your foot pedal. All right, you're gonna press down on your foot pedal. I like to sometimes take a little break, check on the string I have up because sometimes it will get knotted up, and then continue on. Woo, look, I got all that spindled on there. So that is enough for me for right now. You can choose to keep on going just depending how big you want to load it up, but that is perfect. Now I'm going to take it off, slide it to the left, cut it loose. Down. And now we are going to put it down here. All right, so this is going to go into the bottom of that. And as you can see, it even has a little logo right there of how you want to put it in. So, as you can see on mine, I already have it set up where the string is coming out on that side like that. So, I'm going to slide this in there. And then this part is going to get hooked on that. And then there's actually like a little blade there. You may or may not be able to see it. And you're just going to rip that off. Now it's fully locked in. Then you're going to just close it with this. So this slides on the top. There's a little space for that little bottom part right there. And it will click in. So now we're just going to take this part off of this because we no longer need this. This is just to help load this up. It helps load up the little wheel with yarn. So now you're going to take your string. You're still going to have it hooked under these back two hooks. And then I'm going to reposition myself. Now you're going to bring the string down on this right side. And then you're going to bring it up here. And so I want to point something out on the left gap here. Look at this that slides up and down. That's this lovely knob on the right side of my machine. All right, you want it up all the way at the top. So see, now it's all the way on the bottom, and you're gonna have it slide all the way up to the top. So it's ready to grab the string. All right, so once you have it down on this right side, you can see the string's on the bottom. Now I'm gonna bring it up and on the right side, and it's gonna go around the silver hook inside. So see, I brought it around the silver hook. So now it's wrapped around this hook inside. I hope that's clear for you guys. I don't have no professional recording crew. So anyways, once it's wrapped around that silver part inside, then you're gonna pull the string down and you're gonna wrap it around here. This is like a little hook. I'll try to go in and zoom in a little bit just so you can kind of see. All right, so now I just pulled down the string, and as you can see, it's behind this little silver piece right here. I'll show you with my little finger, this one right here. So it's in between that. You just slide it from the right, slide it in. There's also like a little hook on the right side, so it helps stays in. Once it's hooked on there, now you're gonna hook this on here so it can hook through the needle. So it looks like this. You're gonna pull the string, get it so it's nice and tight. This little lever, you're gonna pull down, okay? So you gotta hook it under this part, like that. That's a little hook. And then you're gonna place it right in front of the hole on the needle because this pulls through. And you want to hold it tight, not loose, so it can grab onto it because there's a little hook on that. Okay, I'll show you one more time. So it's on that hook. You're gonna use this and pull it down, have the yarn right in front of the hole of the needle so that can hook through. It pulls the yarn through. Make sure it's nice and tight. Voila. Now this is when I like to use either my tweezers or this lovely tool. Okay, and the reason is because if you look close, this is how you know it pulled through. There's this little circle right here. Once I have my tweezers, I can grab onto that loop. Then I just pull the rest of the string through. Like that. Yay! See? Now it's officially through the needle on the back side. So the yarn always goes through the front of the needle and then through the back. So that's how you know the top one is ready. Now we gotta pull up the string up from here. And you're gonna use this lovely string that you just got ready. That's the next step. Next part, you're gonna need both hands. So you're gonna hold on to this tight so it's not that loose. And you're gonna use the right knob or the knob on your machine, wherever it's at. Usually they're on the right, depends on which machine you have. But now you're gonna draw it down so the needle goes in. And right now the needle's going in through there on the bottom, as you can see where the string's coming out. So you're gonna turn that knob and then it's gonna pull out the string on the bottom. All right, so now you've pulled up the bottom thread and it's ready here on the side, and now all you need to do is place the top one behind. So it always should be resting in the back side. All right, just to point out something, it doesn't need to be this long. I just did this since I'm showing you the basics of sewing. You do want a little bit extra, but it does not need to be this long unless you feel more comfortable that way. It can be shorter. So now you're just gonna slide it back. As you can see with this foot, this presser foot, there's a hole right here. So as long as the string is in this hole, you're fine. Okay? You don't want it outside, or otherwise it's not gonna work. So you need to have it in here around this hole. And then you're just gonna bring the string back so it's resting back here. So the top string is out on this side, and then the bottom string is out here on the left. Now you've just gotten your machine ready to officially sew. This lovely little thing clamps the foot down. Your fabric would be here. So you have to have that down in order to sew. If you have it up, and say I'm pressing the foot, but nothing's happening. Then if you go to my machine, it says E1. So it's telling me that something I'm doing is not right, which is that. So once I press that down, it's on. Now it's ready.